Welcome back, Lexie Hull. Welcome back, Lexie Hull. It's about damn time. It's about damn time. And look, the positive thing with Lexie Hull, even when she was struggling, was that she was getting in the right positions. Like, you could tell she was working her ass off, even when it wasn't working. When it wasn't working, you could still tell that Lexie Hull was doing everything she could to help her team win. She was working her ass off, and it just wasn't working out. She was the Fever's leading scorer early in this game. She was getting offensive rebounds. Like, I get it, this was a good shooting game. And if you know anything about Lexie Hull, she just needs a spark. Like, everyone talks about like streaky shooters. There's nobody quite like Lexie Hull, because she goes on 15 game cold streaks and 10 game hot streaks. I've never seen anything like it before with Lexie Hull. I have never in my life seen a player like Lexie Hull in the way she plays, because she goes from nuclear hot to ice cold in a flash. And then she goes nuclear hot. And then she'll go ice cold for 10 games. And then she'll go nuclear hot for 15 games. Like, if you've ever looked at Lexie's career, she doesn't have like outlier good games. She goes and has great spells of games. And I also have to give credit to Lexie Hull for what was, for the first time in a long time, a good defensive game. Like, Lexie has been very poor defensively. But even like this season as well, if you look, she had streak of 9, 9, 16, 9. And then didn't have 9 points. And then only had more than 9 points once over the next 12 games. And then she went 10, 14, 10. Her next games were 0, 2, 2. And then she's had a 14-point game. She was poor against Liberty, but she had a 9-point game against Dallas. And again, look, she is shooting 50% from over 50% from three. Sorry, no, exactly 50% from three over her last 3 games. She just didn't get any shots because Sophie Cunningham had played most of her minutes against New York. So, look, Lexie's contract is an issue for the offseason. It is. What are they going to do with it? Are they going to move on from Lexie? How are they going to figure this out? But, like, that's a problem for the offseason. That's not a problem for today. That's not a problem for tomorrow. It's not a problem for then. That being said, again, for now, all you have to do with Lexie is just hope that she plays the rest of the season and she gets in a hot streak at the right time. Because if she gets in a hot streak right before the playoffs, and people saying talking about the FIBA break, Lexie tends to start seasons well, and she was great after the Olympic break. If we get 7 point per game Lexie Hull, that's a positive on defense. Like, that's all you need. Like, Lexie Hull's contract is a terrible contract. But if she at least plays up to the really good role player bill, which is what like people have said with Lexie Hull, all people want is for Lexie Hull to be a good role player. Like, at this stage, yes, obviously, I think there were a lot of people that were kind of hoping Lexie Hull would take a step up after the contract. Not happening. Absolutely not happening in any way. But at the same time, we just need to get 2025 Lexie back. We just need to get 2024 Lexie back. Because she doesn't have to, in crunch time, guard. She just needs to be a pest on defense. She just needs to be a pest. She doesn't need to guard anybody. Caitlin Clark can do that late in games. She can go and guard late in games. Make layups, shoot 35% from open threes, and crash the board and get a couple of offensive boards a game. And a couple of times, like at least once a game, she goes for an offensive rebound and crashes so hard that the opposing player hits the ball out of bounds instead of coming down the rebound. Like, do that a few times. Genuinely. Do that a couple of times a game and just be positive. Like, all the Fever need is for, on any given game, one of Lexie and Sophie to play well. One of Lexie or Sophie to play well. They don't need both of them to play well. You just need one of them. And that's all we are looking for. But yesterday, thank God Lexie Hull stepped up, because she had been all over the place. Like, it was bad. It was really bad. And I've said this the whole time. I have been as critical on Lexie as anyone. I have been incredibly critical of Lexie Hull. And I think it's been justified in a lot of ways. I think the criticism has been justified. I don't think that I've been overly harsh on Lexie Hull. I think she's been bad. And it's one of those things where it's like, because Lexie seems like such a good person, it can be hard to criticize her, and it's clearly a confidence issue. The problem is that regardless of why it's happening, it is happening, and I think it wouldn't be justified, because I like Lexie Hull, to not criticize her game in a similar way as I would to a player that I probably don't like as much as Lexie Hull. But this is all we need. And again, she's not going to shoot 75% from field and 66% from three. Shoot 45%. You know what? With the shots she takes, shoot 50% from the field and 35% from three on wide opens. Wide opens. And just be a positive defender. That's all you have to be. Don't need to be all WNBA, because I think if we're being honest, I think that might be it. I don't think she's out here going to be the all WNBA. All defense. We don't need that. We just need a solid defender. We need any production. Literally just any production. And even if that production is just working your ass off, then so be it. And so be it. Just catch the ball, make layups. That's all we need. That is all we need at this stage. So yeah, Lexie, hopefully this is the start of a lot of things. Hopefully this is the start of her really stepping it up. Hopefully.